EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, week one. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. He completes this to Russell Gage. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
At the 45-yard line.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
The tackle made just shy of...
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Ryan going to fire this out wide. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Alden Smith, the former number 7 pick, gets the sack.
Formation for the Falcons.
And here's Hoffrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away. Returnable for Lockett. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10.
At their own 22-yard line.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Two yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Wilson. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
And Russell Wilson gets sacked, and he tied for the most sacks in the NFL last season with 48 in total. But Seattle likes to throw the ball deep. So that means you're going to take more time to get the ball downfield. Sometimes the offensive line can't hold up, and he ends up hitting the deck on those plays.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game, and we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
The 36-yard line.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 29.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Play action, Ryan. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. From the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Aldon Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They go play action with Ryan. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Falcons have taken the early lead.
Lining up for the point after.
It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Falcons 7, Seahawks nothing.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. And this is incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Gain of 12.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
The Seahawk ball carrier. He's tackled at the 34-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Score Falcons 7, Seahawks nothing.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is brought in at the 21. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
At their own 27-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
That one goes for 30 yards. From the shotgun, Ryan going for the deep ball. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it, couldn't get it. And it's 2nd down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw again, Ryan. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Throwing again, Ryan. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th.
Younghoe Koo for the Falcons field goal. A 54-yard.
And his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
Makes the score.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And it's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
A gain of 52 yards.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now it's Carson. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Flushed out right. And it's caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
16,
from 21 yards away. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. Then he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. Throwing again. Ryan. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 miles.
After the interception, here's Wilson. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Complete.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
The play brings up 3rd down.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie A.J. Terrell. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Here's Ryan. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, Ryan. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
10 at the 31-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Play action. It's Ryan. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. And that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation...
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he'll drop here to throw. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense defense has a touchdown.
Lining up for the point after.
He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick six last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Flush to his right. Past the 20. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play that time for the Seahawks. And even 40 yards. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
On second and goal, Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack, taken down at the 2.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
So it's third and goal, and now the question, can this Falcon defense stand tall once more? They'll try to run with Carson. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. Fourth and goal from the 3. Buying time to his left. And that is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on fourth and goal. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And now their defense came through with the goal line stand, got them the ball back. See what they can do about putting a drive together. Long way to go.
They need to reward that defense. Goal line stand, they've got to make that stand up.
Oh, Davis lost it. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown.
Jason Myers for the extra point.
This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong... yet again, Ryan is intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game.
24, Seahawks 21.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own.
Ryan to the from the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete.
For a Falcons.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They go play action now. Ryan. He's got his man on the crossing route.
That's good.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the...
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 at the 39-yard line.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I'm coming.
They'll run with Davis. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They keep it with Davis on first down. And they'll get him down right around the 16.
Davis, the ball carrier.
Stop made there by Gerald McCoy.
16-yard.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. All day, baby. All day. All day.
Ryan. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. CD, you remember John Elway?
Oh, boy. How could I forget John Elway and how many NFL defenses? So glad he's no longer throwing the ball around.
Well, Elway threw for 51,475 yards, and we just saw him go past that number for career passing yards.
That means his career now as memorable as John Elway's, and that's a pretty significant accomplishment.
Man, what an accomplishment it is. Congratulations. And he's still doing it. Still doing it at a high level. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons push further out in front.
The point after.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change them? And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the rookie A.J. Terrell. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. On first down, Ryan. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Off play action. Ryan got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth. The Falcons on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From midfield now, here's Ryan. And he's got this down to the 35. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
5-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. His throw caught right around the 6. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan connecting on his 4th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
38, Seahawks 21.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they was DK Metcalf. That'll bring up 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Dancing to his left. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Play action. It's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. They'll find Everett there, complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now Wilson on 1st down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Being chased out left, and he's going to go down again. Deion Jones able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 3rd and long, it's Wilson. A pass underneath for Carson, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Flushed out right. Now a desperation throw deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They go play action now. Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
3 yards.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the rookie A.J. Terrell. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Redskins.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation allows him to get home.
Ryan's pass.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Atlanta,